Today's emulation video, I will be running the Sharp X68000 computer emulator. And the emulator that I will be using is the XM6 Pro 68k emulator. I'll leave all the links in the video descriptions below on where you can get all the files to run this emulator. And first thing is you just download this. You can select the one that you want. I would recommend the latest one. Download that if you want. You would also need the BIOS files for the Sharp X68000, which is right here. You could download this as well. And here are the games for the Sharp X68000. This has a lot of games in just this one file. You'll need a program called WinRAR or 7-zip to unzip this into a folder in your computer. This has a lot of games. Don't want to download all those games. You could download them singly here. Select the one that you want instead of downloading a big lump file. Or you could go to My Abandonware and find games for the Sharp X68000 computer. They don't have as many as this or this, but they do have a good amount of Sharp X68000 games. The Sharp X68000 was a Japanese computer made by Sharp Corporation, Sharp Electronics Corporation. They made a lot of stuff like calculators, televisions, computers, and stuff like that back in the 1970s and 1980s and 1990s. And I think this computer came out in 1988. I'm not sure. Let's take a look. I'm not really sure exactly when it came out. It came out in March 28, 1987. And it was discontinued in 1996. So that's about a 9-year run. This used the floppy disk drive. I think it says right here, either two 5.25-inch floppy disks or two 3.5-inch floppy drives. Not sure if it was high density or not. And these are the various models. The first one had 1 megabyte. The last model had 4 megabytes, but it was upgradable as well to up to 14 megabytes, I think. It used a type of DOS operating system or disk operating system. So if you know DOS, you should be able to navigate around the operating system for the Sharp X68000. But this computer didn't use an Intel processor like a 088, 086, 286, 386, or 486. It used a Motorola 6800 processor, kind of like the Commodore Amiga series or the Atari ST, I think, also used 6800 processors, and a lot of video game consoles used the Motorola 6800, like the Sega Genesis or Sega Mega Drive and stuff like that. And a lot of arcade cabinets used the Motorola 6800 processor as well. Very popular processor back in the 1980s and early 1990s. So in the later models that use a Motorola 6830 CPU with 4 megabytes, had a 80 megabyte SCSI hard drive. Not an IDE, but SCSI, which means it was pretty fast. Okay, so now let's get to the emulator. So you know where to get the games. You need the BIOS file and all that. So I'm going to run the game. run the emulator. Okay, here it is. This is what I downloaded, right? So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put this here, and I'm going to use 7-zip and unzip the file here. Extract the file here. Get rid of that. I don't need that anymore. Go get this file. This is for the BIOS pack. I want to unzip it to this folder. So I'm going to copy that. Control C, Control V. Here. I got. What I need to do is I need to get this folder, these files, here into this emulation folder. So I'm going to do that right now. Get that and dump it right there instead. I no longer need this folder. So I should be able to run the emulator. But if you want to check to see if this file has anything malicious, you can go to scan with Windows Defender and no harmful files are found. What I could do is I could send it to my desktop so I could run it off the desktop like that. Press F2. I want to get rid of the shortcut thing. I don't have the SCSI BIOS files. That's what it's saying. If I want to run a game, it's quite simple. Let's go to the floppy disk drive. Bomberman. Before I do that, I can set the controls to go to Tools, Options, go to Joystick, and set it to this. Set it up. So I'm going to press a button on my gamepad. As you can see, this flashing thing, the red flashing thing, I'm pressing the button. A button. I want A button to be that. B button. B button to be that. A, B. And I don't want to use that, so I just put none in here. Let me see what start is. Start is right there, and button 10. Start for port 1. See what select is. Okay, that's select. Button 9. Select. None. 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 And none. Not none, but none. Okay, let me press the buttons. Looks good. Full screen is Alt Enter, by the way. You just press that together to get full screen. As you can see, the game is running, so I want to run another game. Let's run Gradius. Restart Alt-R. You should learn these key shortcuts. It does help you. Press F12 to get the mouse. F12 is mouse mode. F12 to get out. Okay, so let me get out of here. Play another game. The audio for this computer is very good. It's excellent, actually. Okay, let me try this one. Press F12 to get into mouse mode. Some games require you to use a mouse like this. So this game I'm using the mouse to play this. So this is missile command for the Sharp X68000. Looks a lot better than the original version of missile command. Okay, let me try this. F12 to get out. Let me try something else. There's other versions of missile. Another thing, you can go to tools and change the speed of the system. You could change the memory as well. You could do that for certain games if it runs too slow. F12 to get into mouse mode. I think this game requires a mouse. Another version of Missile Command. Let me get out of here, press F12 again. Some games require 2 discs, so you could put in the first disc here, and this is for the second disc. Start. So for this computer, it did come with 2 disk drives for 2 disc games. All you have to do is put 1 disc in disc 1 in the first disk drive and disc 2 in the second disk drive, and it will automatically swap discs without you having to physically swap discs. It does take a little bit of time for the game to load, just like how it did with the original floppy disks. As you can see right there, the disk is reading. If you don't have a joystick, you could use your keyboard. I think it's the number pad for moving, number pad 6 for moving right, 4 for moving left, 8 for moving up, 2 for moving down. And if you have a controller, you could also use your controller as well, which I'm doing right now with this. Let's see if there's anything else I could show you here. I think that's pretty much it. That's what I want to show you for today. Let's see what input settings are. You could change the volume here. system. We could select fast floppy. I guess this would load the game faster, or the programs faster. Okay, let's try to load a game with this fast feature. See how long it takes. I want to eject that one. See how long it takes with fast. Well, that was pretty fast. That's much better. I guess that does make it better. Just load programs faster. Okay, that's pretty much it for this video. I'll leave all the links in the video descriptions below, and if you have any thoughts, you could leave it in the comment section below, and thanks for watching.